Delegates, we're so great to be with you today. A special shout out to the delegates from Rockwall County and Collin County. Hey, guess what, y'all? The Texas House, as you knew it, is over. And that is because conservative fighters like Governor Greg Abbott are delivering people who are going to fight for your values. So we need everyone to get out and vote so we can finish this runoff strong. And we need the delegates to deliver a strong conservative platform so we can reinforce Governor Abbott and make 2025 the year we save Texas. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the best governor in the nation, from the greatest state in the nation, our governor from Texas, Governor Greg Abbott.
Well, thank you to Katrina Pearson. Also, thank you to Republican Party convention delegates for what you're doing. Listen, I wish I could be there with you in person, but I've been working all this entire week to get the vote out for all of the Republican primaries I've endorsed to make sure that we are going to elect great Republican leaders like Katrina Pearson. One thing about Katrina, one thing about Texans is that we are fighters, and we have been from the very beginning. Yes. If you think about this, next year is the 190th anniversary of the battle at Gonzales. That battle gave birth to the Come and Take It flag. Since that time, Texans have been known for our fighting spirit, and that fighting spirit continues today as we fight back against Joe Biden's reckless policies that are destroying the United States of America. There's a long list of his policies I could cover. Let me just mention a most recent one where Joe Biden issued an order saying that Title IX of the Education Code is intended not just to protect women, but also men who identify as women. It's outrageous. And so I had my own order where I ordered Texas schools will not comply. And that follows on what I did last year when I signed a law saying no men in women's sports in the state of Texas. But listen, we need to come to grips with the fact that there are radical leftists who are trying to impose their woke ideology even into our schools. There are some schools in this area where we gather right now that they provide a resource guide that informs students about how students can change their gender. There's another school in this area where there is a male high school teacher who taught class dressed as a woman. Let me ask you this. If you were a parent of a child or grandparent of a child in one of the schools, would you feel that you should have the right to move your child to another school? That is exactly why I've been fighting for the right of every parent in Texas to choose the school that's best for their child. It's also why I've been campaigning not just this week, but this entire year to elect Republican representatives who will fight for school choice, vote for school choice, vote to secure our border, and vote to cut your property taxes. That's why I've been fighting to help elect Katrina Pearson to the Texas House of Representatives. One thing about Katrina and myself, and that is we support our law enforcement officers, period. The fact is that Texas is a law and order state. Hey, have y'all seen those videos on TV about these reckless protesters at college campuses across the entire country? Let me tell you what, we don't tolerate paid protesters in Texas. Who try to come and hijack our universities. And so when they tried to pull that stunt in Texas, the Texas Department of Public Safety was there to meet them, to clear them out, to arrest them, and put them where they belong, and that is in a jail cell. Another thing that we don't tolerate in Texas, and that is Joe Biden's open border policies. Now, remember this, and that is it was just years ago, we had the lowest illegal immigration in 40 years, and that's because Donald Trump put into place 4 policies: remain in Mexico, Title 42, end, catch, and release, and build a border wall that led to the dramatic decrease in illegal immigration. When Joe Biden took office, he issued executive orders that got rid of all those border security tactics, and now we have the worst illegal border crossings in the history of the United States of America. In just 3.5 years under Joe Biden, we have more than 10 million illegal immigrants coming across our border. To put that in context, hey, we got more than 4 Houstons who've come across our border illegally. They include known terrorists, known murderers, known rapists, and other criminals. In Texas, we will not stand for Joe Biden's open border policies. To make matters worse, when Joe Biden saw what Texas was doing to defend our border, he tried to stop us from what we were doing. And you know how we responded? We said, come and take it. So I invoked Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution. I declared it an invasion. I said Texas has a right to secure our state and our country. So here's what we did. Do you remember those big orange buoys that we put in the Rio Grande River? They were designed by the Border Patrol themselves because they were effective in illegal entry into our country. And wouldn't you know, when we put them into the river, Joe Biden filed a lawsuit to try to put a stop to it. Well, that lawsuit continues today, but I want you to know, as we gather in Rockwall, Texas today, those buoys remain in the Rio Grande River. And you remember when Joe Biden ordered that razor wire that was put up by the National Guard to be cut. When that happened, I ordered the Texas National Guard, I want you to triple down on the amount of razor wire you put on the border. Also, Texas is the only state in the history of America to build our own border wall. It's the exact same wall that Donald Trump put up. And know this, when you look at the number of miles that we've already put up and the number of miles under construction right now, Texas is building more of the Trump border wall in Texas than Trump built in the state of Texas. And our National Guard, they're doing a tremendous job. There are thousands of National Guard on the border as we speak right now, and they are putting down hundreds of miles of razor wire border barrier and anti-climb barrier to make it impossible to get across the border illegally. In fact, because of what they're doing and because we're in this for the long haul, Texas is the only state in the history of the United States of America to build our own military base on the border. Watch the news next week because the camp opens up next week. The first soldiers will be moving in next week, and we are going to have a perpetual presence to secure our border. One of the lowest moments in this entire episode about what happened on the border is when Joe Biden used Eagle Pass, Texas, in a 50-acre park in Eagle Pass to allow illegal immigrants to come across the border. There were as many as 5,000 illegal immigrants crossing a day into Eagle Pass. I got tired of what Joe Biden was doing by violating the laws of the United States of America. And so I ordered the Texas National Guard to go wire that 50-acre park shut. So here's what has happened. No longer do we have thousands of people crossing the border a day at that location. Instead, today we have an average of just 3 people crossing the border in that location. And know that those 3 people are arrested by the Texas Department of Public Safety for trespassing in the state of Texas. Well, listen, unless and until Joe Biden does his job and finally starts securing the border, I will continue busing those illegal immigrants to sanctuary cities across the United States of America. But listen, I got breaking news for you, because the fact of the matter is this crisis is about to come to an end. It's going to end in about 6 months. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In 6 months, Joe Biden is going to be fired as president of the United States of America. And we are going to rehire Donald Trump to be president of the great United States of America. We have to win these elections, from the White House to the State House. We need people who are going to fight for you, fight for your values, and keep Texas and the United States of America even better. And that's why we are going to elect Katrina Pearson to be your next state representative. So thank you all. God bless you all, and God bless the great state of Texas.